It is amazing to think that while we carry on our everyday lives, we never pause to consider that we are actually living on a globe floating in the vastness of space, rotating on its axis. It is so intriguing to find out from space that our home, the blue planet, is so tiny, yet so incredibly important. It is a planet, but knowing that there are over 7 billion people in it, and how everything is so alive in there, are all but a tiny dot in the vastness of space, could be scary. And in our bid to know more about the celestial bodies, humans have sent many missions, both crewed and robotic, beyond our planet to explore outer space. In the course of these missions, lovely videos and images of our Earth have been captured and sent back from deep space. The majestic beauty of these images reminds us how beautiful our planet is, as well as how almost insignificant we are compared to the indescribable vastness of the universe that we sometimes forget to live in, love, and enjoy the serenity of nature. Eager to know what our planet looks like from deep space? Journey with me in your imagination as we explore the incredible view of the Earth from different angles, from the Moon's orbit. This is one of the most mind-blowing images ever taken of Earth from space. It was our first view of Earth from the Moon's orbit. On August 23, 1966, NASA's Lunar Orbiter 1 became the first spacecraft in history to capture a glimpse of Earth from the vicinity of the Moon. The orbiter took the image during its 16th lunar orbit and transmitted it to NASA's monitoring station in Robledo de Chavela near Madrid, Spain. Earthrise. This legendary image of Earth rising with the rocky lunar landscape in the background was captured on December 24, 1968, during the crewed Apollo 8 mission to the Moon. It was the first of its kind to be taken by an astronaut. The view was so mesmerizing that the astronaut could not withstand the temptation to have a snapshot, I guess. The immense loneliness is awe-inspiring, and it makes you realize just what you have back there on Earth, said NASA astronaut Jim Lovell at the time. The Blue Marble. This is one of the most well-known images of our planet. It was taken by the Apollo 17 crew on December 7, 1972, and depicts our home planet in all its breathtaking grandeur. The NASA astronauts were on their way to the Moon taking the photo at about 18,000 miles, or about 29,000 kilometers away. Africa and Madagascar are visible just at the background, as well as the Arabian Peninsula and Antarctica. To the astronauts, the slightly gibbous Earth had the appearance of a glass marble, hence the nickname, a unique view of the Earth and the Moon. Soon later, we were treated to an amazing view of the Earth and its Moon in isolation. On September 18, 1977, NASA's Voyager 1 probe captured this image of Earth and our Moon. It is our first view of the two celestial bodies in isolation within a single frame. Voyager 1 was 7.25 million miles, or 11.7 million kilometers from Earth at the time, leaving the Moon. Although most images do not accurately portray the distance between Earth and the Moon, only by traveling hundreds of thousands or millions of miles away can we genuinely appreciate what the million miles between the two worlds look like. Galileo's stunning images. The European Space Agency's Galileo spacecraft captured this colourful view of Earth on December 11, 1990, as it began its 3-year flight to Jupiter. At the bottom of the image, Antarctica can be seen, and dawn breaking over the Pacific Ocean. Because the Earth is many times brighter than the Moon was artificially brightened by a factor of 3 relative to the Earth using computerized enhancement to ensure that both bodies were clearly visible in the prints. On the way to Mercury. On August 2, 2005, NASA's Messenger spacecraft to Mercury passed by Earth on its way to the innermost planet. The gravity-assisted flyby not only altered the spacecraft's path to Mercury, but also allowed the spacecraft team to test numerous onboard instruments by imaging its home planet. As our magnificent blue planet rolls by, Messenger's camera captured this 3-band composite image on the left using multiple wavelength imaging, giving the continental areas their red color, a result of vegetation's high reflectance in the near-infrared part of the spectrum. On the way to Mars. After traveling more than 727,000 miles, or 1.2 million kilometers, in 3 days in its journey to the Red Planet, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter turned its cameras towards Earth on August 15, 2005. And here you have the captivating view of Earth. Though the orbiter's main mission was to obtain daily global images of Martian meteorology, it was postponed to help the Mars Color Imager science team assess the instrument's sensitivity and ensure that no contamination happened before launch. Earth from the surface of Mars. This is the first image of Earth ever recorded from the surface of another planet, other than the Moon. Mars exploration rover Spirit captured a breathtaking view of Earth 1 hour before sunrise, on the 63rd Martian day, or SOL, of its mission. Spirit is one of the 2 Mars rovers that NASA launched in 2003 as part of the Mars Exploration Rover (MER) mission. Since Earth was too dim to be spotted in images acquired with the rover's panoramic cameras, color filters, the images you are seeing had to be zoomed in for visibility. Here is another magnificent view. Curiosity outdid the Spirit rover by photographing both Earth and the Moon on January 31st, 2014. The image was shot by NASA's rover's Mastcam roughly 80 minutes after sunset, when Earth was the brightest object in the sky. The red planet was 99 million miles, or 160 million kilometers from Earth when the image was taken, from Saturn. On September 15, 2006, NASA's Cassini mission obtained this view of Earth from afar using its wide-angle camera while orbiting Saturn. The Cassini spacecraft was 1.3 million miles, or 2.1 million kilometers from Saturn, and 930 million miles, or 1.5 billion kilometers from Earth at the time. It was a rare and iconic view because one could see another planet's element. Enceladus, Saturn's moon on the left, swathed in blue and following a jet of water ice particles across Saturn's E-ring, and the farthest view of Earth from space. The famous pale blue dot image from NASA's spacecraft Voyager 1 remains the farthest view of Earth ever captured by a spacecraft. This image of Earth was shot from a distance of more than 4 billion miles as part of the family portrait of the solar system on February 14, 1990. In the entire photograph, the Earth could be seen as a dot barely 0.12 pixels in size, like a solitary speck lost in a vast, devouring cosmic darkness. That's our home, where we are. It's been decades since we have been capturing space-based images of Earth, and each is unique in its own way. But one thing is common: the farther they were captured from Earth, the more incredible they become. We would have loved to see the James Webb Space Telescope capture the image of the Earth as well, with its clear mirror and distinct cameras. Unfortunately, that would not happen. You ask why? JWST cannot look at anything close to the Earth, Sun or Moon because its instruments are too sensitive. That would mean pointing it directly at the Sun, which would burn out the sensors. The Earth is in line with the Sun, and any exposure of the JWST to the Sun will destroy its instruments. The JWST is designed so it's back, because its sun shield will always face Earth and the Sun. It can never turn towards Earth or the Sun without doing irreparable damage to the telescope. It is set to look at galaxies far, far away. If we are lucky, we might see the Millennium Falcon. The telescope is on the L2 Lagrange point in the Earth-Sun system. That's the rightmost point here, so it can only look outward, perhaps towards Jupiter. See you in the next video.